Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review, this time in my vehicle. So today I am going to be reviewing The Math Behind by Colin Beveridge, and this book is basically exactly what the title says. It is the mathematics of everyday events, and they have a couple of examples right here on the cover, like the amount of g-force on a roller coaster, the chance of your toast landing butter side down, that is the worst, picking a password, solving a case with DNA testing, the butterfly effect, so on and so forth. There's some more on the back as well. So this book is basically exactly what it says. It is divided into a variety of sections. So we have the human world, the natural world, technology, sports, entertainment, getting around, and everyday. And inside each of the breakdowns, so in the natural world, we have predators and prey, ancestry, the giant's causeway, emergent behavior, the penguin's huddle, etc. So they kind of divide the world into these big categories, and then they break down specific events within it and explain it with mathematics. Each topic is about a page or 2 pages long. So here, for example, here's the internet, and it's about, looks like 2 pages long, and they cover a wide variety of topics on the internet. We have computers. Some of it is math, some of it's more math history, like this computer is a timeline is more of a math history about it. And sometimes if there's a relevant equation, they'll have it up here at the top so you can kind of see what you're working with. This book felt like the kind of book you would find in a classroom. So this would be the kind of book that I would expect to find like in my high school classroom that my math teacher would just have on the shelf. So when you wonder, hey, what am I even going to use math for? Well, there's a book that you can just read and flip through and kind of get the gears turning in your head for what the uses of math are in real life. So that's kind of the vibe that I got from this book. It was enjoyable. There's a lot to be discovered. I do think the book kind of assumes you have a passing familiarity with mathematics. Either you're, I guess, maybe currently in high school, or you have an interest in mathematics. It's not too complicated, but they don't really hold your hand through a lot of it. You're kind of just expected to kind of understand things and figure it out, or if you don't, to go figure it out on your own. So that is something to keep in mind if you have completely forgotten everything you've learned in school, or for whatever reason you've never taken a math course before. Maybe starting someplace a little easier, such as Math Without Numbers. Can I recommend that book again? Might be a better place to start, but this is really interesting, especially if you're curious about the applications or just any of these questions on the front intrigue you. This would probably be a really good place to start. My favorite section in this would probably be, first of all, on a personal note, the traffic jams, explaining how traffic jams cause. I've actually kind of heard I've actually kind of heard of this stuff before, but it was really interesting, and I thought they laid it out in a very clear and clever way. But that was just one of these sections. The whole section that I liked the most was the sports section, and they of course start with baseball because it's a very statistics driven game, but I like that they kind of got into stuff that I wouldn't have thought they would have gotten into. They spent some time on tennis, and here we see those equations that we're using. The golf section, which I don't know how to play golf. I've never quite figured it out. So this section, I was as confused as I was when I got there. And here's where they kind of start assuming that you know stuff. They do kind of break it down a little bit, but they're not really holding your hand when they give you these equations. So it's kind of up to you to go as far as you want with those equations. But they really sinking pool balls, but then they really get into some stuff that maybe you wouldn't expect, such as pole vaulting. I don't think I've ever seen that discussed in a book. Pole vaulting seems fun. I've actually never done it, so it just kind of looks like a fun activity. We have winter sports, so the like skiing, whatever this is, what's this called? Alpine, where they jump, skiing, jumping, bobsled teams. So yeah, there's quite a bit in that sports section. I thought it was probably the most enjoyable section, so I really enjoyed that. But I do recommend this book. I wound up giving it a 3-star, but I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in here, and no matter how much or little you know in math, you can probably read this and enjoy it and gain some, gain some new facts from this book. So again, that's The Math Behind by Colin Beveridge. Give it a read. Let me know what you think. Other than that, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.